I think we are set to go. Um, well, hello, guys. I know this was supposed to be at 4 o'clock or 4:30, but I decided to do this at 11 because I had to have some kind of buffer for some rest and stuff. So I figured that, we would do this. So let me get this. Here we go. Anyways, no intro, at least yet. You're gonna see the new intro, and I bring you one part of the new graphics that we have instituted. Right here, we have the SES cam. That's where you can see me here. Although that light could be a little bit distracting for some people. But yeah, that's the only light source that I've got. So bear with me. Okay, guys. Well, welcome everyone to this NFL live prediction uh, live stream. Yeah. So, folks, we're going to find out what are my picks for the NFL season. All right, let's get on with it. Okay. uh, close off this ad. My goodness, this website's horrible. Okay. Can we reset the schedule? Yes, we can. All right. For any of y'all who are watching this live, yeah, and this is going to be on YouTube as its own video. But I decided to do a more up to realities like prediction. So I decided to wait until today so it wouldn't be like, oh, this guy got injured, this guy got injured, or whatever. But yeah, keep in mind that since I'm in calculus, I did not have a chance to go over every team as I should have, but I'll try to keep that in mind as well. But let's see. Week 1, and make sure that it is in frame as well. All right, this is week 1. Of course, we got the kicker, the kickoff, the Ravens and the Chiefs. I think the Chiefs, they're gonna win a close one. They're usually like a slow preseason, or sorry, slow regular season team. And so they're gonna lose some significant, games then. But many of them they will pull through. But in some of the most critical regular season games, they're gonna lose. In the playoffs, though, they're really healthy. The Ravens, well, can Lamar Jackson be able to use his dual threat on the field against the Chiefs defense like this? By the way, credit to Steve Spagnuolo, who's an amazing defensive coordinator. And yeah, I think he's underrated, and I think he's going to coach his unit to stop Lamar Jackson and whoever else they have. We Okay, Chiefs, Bengals, got the Bengals. The Patriots may improve by a little bit, but eh, they still have a long ways to go. We need to see what Drake May does. Well, they're going to start Jacoby Brissett, I believe, but whatever. All right. Next, we got the Dolphins. I think the Dolphins will win this just because they're going to burn their gas starting the season. And whatever I say at the beginning may result differently as we go on. Just want to make sure you know. Okay. Jaguars, they're kind of average to be honest. Maybe, maybe towards the end of the season, they will pick up a lot of steam. All right. Texans, CJ Stroud, and that stacked wide receiver core. Should I say any less? Well, maybe Anthony Richardson could surprise us. And yeah, that maybe I'll give the Texans a loss the next time they face the Colts. In fact, that's what I'm gonna go with. I'm not saying Anthony Richardson is just amazing, and he finally proves himself. All right, so you've got that. Ugh. Oh, excuse me. Oh, stupid thing. Oh, there we go. Gonna get rid of this. Hold on, just a minute. I hope that helps. Well, oh, there it was. Okay, Raiders and Chargers. I just think the Raiders are more feisty and thus will get stuff done better. Uh, like, yes, the Chargers have Justin Herbert, but they've continuously let down in most of the slots. I think the Raiders, maybe with Antonio Pierce, they will get some more energy. And you could say, well, scheme-wise, Jim Harbaugh is much better. But, he needs to establish himself first and then it will pan out. Next we got the Tennessee Titans and the Chicago Bears. Hmm. Should I pick the Titans or the Bears? It's an either or game, and you know what? I'll pick the Titans. I'm not sure why, but it it's kind of like this feeling that it's like this is going to happen or this could happen. It doesn't really make a difference. And then we have the Steelers and the Falcons. I say the Steelers win this one. Steelers, they're a team which manages to pull off some of these games, honestly, and this one is no exception. I might not be as into detail in these predictions as you may wish, but I'm just picking what I think. All right, here we have the Cardinals and the Bills. Upset alert. I'd say the Arizona Cardinals win. Reason is, I think the Bills, they're kind of like a more chippy chappy team, which manages to lose some unexpected games. And, the Cardinals can be a little feisty on offense as well. Added some elements there. So, yeah. Excuse my cough. I'm just, having some fun. We have the Seahawks versus the Broncos. And yeah, I think the Seahawks will pull this one. Broncos might finish 0-16, but whatever. 0-17, I meant to say. But I've been hearing lots of great things of Bo Nix and whatever. So, yeah, I'm just going to sign in into this. Give me just a moment. Yeah, okay. Let me just go to my mail and sorry guys. Okay, okay, we're gonna get back to this schedule. So we picked Chiefs, Bengals, Dolphins, Texans, Raiders, Titans, Steelers, Cardinals, and Seahawks. All right, then we're gonna get to the Cowboys and the Browns. Hold on, guys, I need. All right, sorry about that. Just have a little case of the sinus. Anyways, I say the Browns win this one. You know, it's at home, and while you know how the Cowboys, uh, the home field advantage will play well for them. Well, they're kind of what was away record? They were 4-5 on the road. So they were only slightly below us. Well, not below our initial value. But yeah, they're not necessarily the best on the road. I think the Browns have a great defense, a potentially awesome offense, and yeah, they could rock them. Um, and then on Monday nights, we have the Jets and the 49ers. I'm gonna say it. The Jets are gonna win. They're gonna upset the 49ers in a rare 49ers loss. And I could see the 49ers be like, no, we're gonna win. And that's fine. But I think the Jets will, they're waiting so long with Aaron Rodgers that it's like, no, we've got to win this for Aaron. We've got to. All right. Next, we have NFC. On Friday in Brazil, we've got the Packers and the Eagles. Okay, so home field advantage is out the window. So I'd say it's kind of toss up, really. But I think the Eagles are the more complete team. They've got the most muscle. I'm not sure what Nick Sirianni will be up to, though. Yes, I could see the Packers win it. It's just a feeling. I'd say they would just win by a field goal, though. Okay, Panthers, Saints. Honestly, the Panthers are having one of the worst seasons ever. I think the Broncos are going to finish even worse, but let's see. All right, Vikings and Giants. I'll say the Vikings. They're not the playoff contender that everyone thought they would be like before uh, the previous seasons. But I think that, you know, mm, they're still a pretty feisty team. And who knows what the Giants could be? They're your exploding bomb show. Um, yeah, so the Vikings win that one. And then the Buccaneers and the Commanders. I'd say the Bucks win this one. I just have zero faith in the Commanders, at least at this point. All right, so we got the Rams, the Detroit Lions, the hottest team of the season, and they're gonna impress everyone and their mommies by pulling out this sound 7-0 victory. And I'd say the Rams have a great chance to win as well, but nobody can ignore Dan Campbell and his kneecap biting genius energy. Okay, let me know if anybody has any questions or comments or concerns in the chat or in the comments wherever you're watching this. All right, we've got Bills and Dolphins. I think I'll go with the Dolphins. It just seems like the Bills are prone to lose to the Dolphins wherever time. Okay, as for the Jets, they might win this one as well. I think the Jets have a pretty stacked roster, and the Titans. They're kind of mid at best. Browns, Jaguars. I think the Browns are a better talented team. Raiders, Ravens. I'd say the Ravens will pull this one. It wouldn't surprise me to see the Raiders win this one though. Um, no, actually, yes. The Raiders would win though, in my opinion, guys. Then we have the Steelers at the Broncos. Steelers win. Bengals, Chiefs. The Bengals own the Chiefs for the most part, except that one game that they lost. Hmm. You know what? I'll give them some cheese. Chiefs win this one by a field goal. Colts and Packers. I think the Packers will pull this one. Anthony Richardson, he won't be there immediately. It'll take a few weeks, but eventually he'll get up to speed. Chargers, Panthers. Chargers is gonna win this one, but I'm not sure if it'll be a close win or it will be a sound victory. Seahawks, Patriots. Seahawks win. Chicago Bears at the Texans. I think the Texans are better suited. 49ers win this one under normal conditions. I think the Cowboys got their first victory against the Saints here. And then Giants at Commanders. I say the Giants win here, and then the Commanders win the next matchup they face. Although they're not very good. I mean, they're rivals. What else could you ask for? All right. Buccaneers at Detroit Lions. I think the Lions could pull it off. The Buccaneers could give them a pretty close tough matchup, but I think the Detroit Lions, they're a hot team, man. I think they might have a dip somewhere, but we'll see. Rams at the Cardinals. I think the dry desert will force the Cardinals to win this one, but drop the one at LA. Panther, Falcons at Eagles. Eagles. More talented. All right. Patriots and Jets. I think the Jets won this one. Chargers at Steelers. Steelers win. I think the Bills win this one, finally. Okay, Packers at Titans. I think the Packers pull it off. Texans and Vikings. I think the Texans win. And I'll give the Bears their first slice of cheese. Although I could see both tie. Broncos at Buccaneers. Buccaneers win. Um, if you think that I'm going too fast or if I'm not explaining enough, if there's one particular thing that you want to ask me, let me know. Let me know that. that's what we're here for. Um, Cleveland Browns. Hmm. Dolphins and Seahawks. That's actually a pretty interesting matchup. And I think the Seahawks could pull it off. I'm not sure why, but it just feels like it. All right. The Panthers and Raiders. Raiders ought to pull it off. Ravens and Cowboys. Okay. My mind is saying Ravens. My heart is saying Cowboys. Mm. I think the Cowboys will win. They're just so talented, more talented in my opinion. And it's once again, the home field advantage will come into play for many of these matchups. So yeah. And then the Chiefs versus the Falcons. I think the Chiefs will take care of business there. Uh, Washington Commanders at the Bengals. Yeah, the Bengals are gonna win. Eagles at the Saints. Oh goodness! And I think the Eagles will win this one. And then the 49ers. Oh yeah, that's great, Cameron. He can do that. Um, I think I'll pick LA for the first. Actually, you know what? They always lose to the 49ers, so I think that they're going to lose as well in San Francisco. And then last but not least, the Lions at the Cardinals. I think the Lions win this one. All right. Jaguars at Texans. I think I'll put the Jaguars as the upset in Jacksonville. Just due to the fact that they trade each other wins and losses. Okay, I think the Colts finally get their first win here. Or, yeah, first win. And I think Anthony Richardson has his breakout right there. All right. Chiefs at Chargers. I'm going to say the Chargers pull this one off. Mostly because of Jim Harbaugh completely understanding what he has to go for, and the fact that the Chiefs usually beat them at home. Actually, that doesn't make any sense. But you know what? I'd say the Chargers win at home. They usually split because they're rivals. So I'd say the Chiefs win at home here in the midst of the crowd. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Oh, I forgot. Yeah, Jets are going to pull that off easily. And the Dolphins will pull that one off. And it seems though, as they would win, it would be all clear and cut to be the favorite to win the division. But let's see. I think the Browns will give the Raiders their first ever loss. The I think the Bills will win it. They're overdue for a win, for a series of wins, and yeah. Yeah, Bengals are gonna win. I'm not high on the Panthers at all. 49ers are gonna lay the smack it down with on the Patriots, which is sad to say. Because the Patriots may start Jacoby Brissett for the first half and Drake May for the next one. Okay, so I'm gonna say the Giants get beat by the Cowboys both occasions. They're just not talented enough. Oh, this one's on Thursday. Is it a Thanksgiving game or what? I think this could be the Thanksgiving game. Yeah, I'd say even then they win. The Cowboys would win. Packers beat the Vikings. Actually, I'll give the Vikings the win at uh, away at Green Bay, and then the Packers get revenge on them the next visit. Week 17. Rams at Bears. Oh, yeah. Rams, they're gonna beat the Bears, honestly. Buccaneers at or Eagles at Buccaneers. I think the Eagles are gonna win this one. In fact, I dare to say that the Buccaneers are gonna, or the Eagles are gonna win their division. Although it could fall apart, but I don't expect it to this one. And I think the Falcons are overdue for a win. Saints, they're kind of yeah, I guess. I think the Cardinals are going to win against the Commanders. Commanders are kind of bleh, to be honest. And I think the Seahawks upset the Detroit Lions. Oh, week 5. There's a question mark right here, guys. Okay? Jaguars are going to win at home against the Broncos because that's what they always have done. Ravens at Bengals. Yeah, the Bengals will win. But I'll give the Ravens the other win just because they're so desperate for it. Yeah. Mm, Dolphins at Patriots. I'd say the Dolphins. I guess they'll win this game. And I'll dare to say that they get swept. All right. I'll go with a Denver win this one. I know they were gonna go 0-17, but you know, it's so it's like kind of iffy, if you know what I mean. That's why I'd say the Broncos win this one. It's at Mile High, which is one of the toughest places to go live. And the Raiders are they're a feisty team, but they're rivals, man. They can easily, you know, you know what I mean. But they will win in Allegiant Stadium. All right. AFC and NFC interconference standoffs. Jets versus Vikings. Hmm. I think the Vikings are overdue for it. And, yeah. And the Cleveland Browns win this one. I think the Eagles are on a bye. Yeah, fair. Should I give the Cowboys a win? Yeah, I'll give them a win. And then the Chiefs beat the Saints. It's like a smack it down. Yeah. Um, Buccaneers at Falcons. I'll pick the Falcons to win the first match, and then the Bucks to win at home. It could be for many of these interchanges. It could be they win at home or they win away. It could be one way or another. But yeah, and then the Bears beat the Panthers just because they're hungry for a win. It could even be a massive. Oh no, sorry. It could be a completely destruction type of game. Let me say the Cardinals. Looking at the record, I think the 49ers will come through, and the Seahawks will beat the Giants. And I think the Rams are pretty hungry for a win at this point, so I'll go with the Green Bay Packers. Or sorry, the Rams. And they improved to 3-3 at this point. 3-4 because they have another win in one of the rounds. It's 1-3. Let's go to the next round. Week 6, I got the Titans, or actually, I got the Colts winning the first match, only to get ratioed in the next meeting. Just because it's like a way. And yes, I know that the Titans have beat them over the carpet multiple times, but that's what I feel. Would you eat at Los Pollos Hermanos? If it's a good restaurant, then sure. Most definitely. Let me get this ad out of the way. Man, I really want some fried chicken, but of course I can't because of my diet. Just sad to say. Texans at Patriots. I'm feeling Texans here. I'm not sure about y'all, but that's how I feel. Uh, let's see. Smell. All right. Sorry about that. Let's go. Steelers, Readers. This is a tough one. I feel like both teams can be roughly the same, but I think the Steelers have a better defense, so I would choose the Steelers. All right. Chargers at the Broncos. I think the Chargers win this. All right. Bills and Jets. Ooh, Bills and Jets. Hmm. Bills and Jets. I would choose Bills. They're kind of hungry for a playoff or for a win at this point, so they want to improve their standings. Yeah, but they will get ratioed the next time. Actually, I'll flip them and reverse it. Okay. And I think the Jaguars are overdue for a win, so they got it here. And yeah, the Ravens are gonna win. Excuse me. And I think the first loss for the Eagles will be right here. Just because the Cleveland Browns are a pretty outstanding team. And yes, while the Eagles could be a better team, I just think that all of a sudden they get this surge of pure, wetness. Bengals and New York Jets. Not sure why, but I think the Bengals win this one. 49ers win against the Seahawks Thursday, yeah? And then suddenly they beat the Seahawks again because they're going off a bye, which in my opinion has not done them justice. I mean, they could win either one of these, but I think the 49ers are talented enough not to let this happen. Cardinals at the Packers. I think the Cardinals are pretty overdue for another one. So I'll get me right here. Wait. So to recap, this is what I predicted for week one. Week two is this. Week three, week four, and week five. All right. So I think the Buccaneers. Well, actually, no, the Saints will win this one, and then slowly build some extra credit there. Let's see. Lions at Cowboys. Mhm. I'm feeling Cowboys, but I'm gonna say they win. The Lions win this one. I'm not sure how, but they will. The Falcons and this team. Okay, I guess for whatever reason they get up and upset there. But hear me out. Panthers not going to be a good playoff, or Panthers not going to be a good team at all. So week 18, the Falcons win. Okay, and I think the Patriots are overdue for a win here, so I'll pick them to win against the Jaguars, which they will be starting against, or they're going to be starting Dream 8 at that point. I predict. Um, Let me just fix this chair. Next, we've got the Dolphins and the Colts. The Dolphins, I'm not sure. Would you say that they're pretty good to boot? I think I will pick the Dolphins. You know what? I'll pick Colts when Colts are going to win that one. And then we go down the line, and we see the Buffalo Bills at home taking on the Tennessee Titans. And I'd say the Titans potentially upset. No, I think the Bills got this. After years and years of the Titans owning them, I think they finally come up with the secret formula to the Krabby Patty. Bengals said Browns and see. I think the Browns have owned them for quite a while, so I think I'll pull it off right there. Jets at Steelers. I think Jets could pull it off, but I think the Steelers are pretty feisty. No, I'll give the Jets the edge. Like Broncos at Saints. I'll give the Broncos over Saints. Actually, I think the Saints are good. Actually, you know what? I'll give them Tyler. They're gonna tie. And that's the tie of the season. Packers win against the Texans. And this, I think they've got it on. Chiefs at 49ers. I guess 49ers win. Just gonna check out on something real quick. 49ers will be motivated during this season. And they are, as I said, the Chiefs are going to drop some huge ones. I think this time they finally break through. Baltimore Ravens at the Buccaneers. I think the Buccaneers will not upset the Ravens. I think the Ravens will get it through. Chargers, Cardinals. I think the Cardinals will win that one. Lions, Vikings. I think the Lions will run over the Vikings, honestly. Seahawks at Falcons. I think the Falcons will upset the Seahawks. I'm not sure why, but it is what it is. Giants at Eagles. Yeah, they win that one, and I think that they will run over in the next match. Uh, what are the Browns playing? All right. Yeah. So far, they're undefeated. They're gonna lose later, probably. Panthers at Washington Commanders. I'll take the Commanders to win. Let's see what happens. Colts at Texans. I'll pick the Texans to win at home and the Colts to win on in the oil rig. Actually, taking into account, yeah, I think that they're overdue for a loss there. Not sure why, but they usually split in between. All right, we have the Ravens and the Brownies. I think the Ravens get the first match through them, give them their first ever loss of the season, but they will win in 18, week 18. Jets at the Patriots. I think the Jets are pulling upset here. All right, Fleet Chiefs versus the Raiders. Actually, you know what? The Raiders will beat them that case. How are the Packers? They're doing well. Give them a win. All right, and the Cardinals at the Dolphins. Hmm. It's tough, but I think the Dolphins pull it off. And I'm not sure why, but I'm feeling kind of Tennessee here. So I'll pick this one. And then the Bills trying to climb their way up the division. They will beat the Seattle Seahawks. Hold on a second. All right. Saints at Chargers. Saints are kind of oh, so I'll pick the Chargers here. And then Panthers, Broncos. I think the Broncos could win that one. Realistically, I was aiming for 0-17, but realistically, they could beat some of these teams, at least two of them. And then Phillies at Bengals. I think that the Philadelphia Eagles are overdue for a loss there. So I'll pick the Bengals to win that one. And then the Steelers win right here. Vikings, Rams, yeah, Rams win it. And as we said, the Buccaneers will beat the Falcons after a ratio. All right, Chicago Bears at the Commanders. I think the Bears will win. Ooh, 49ers at the Cowboys, eh? Eh? Yeah, the Cowboys will do. They have a bye, so they're probably going to be sluggish anyways. And the 49ers are going to just drop some kind of nuclear bomb. Sorry if it offends anyone, but that's what it feels like. And yeah. I'm going to take a small break after this week just to get ready. But here we have the tight whatever. The Houston Texans at the Jets. I think the Jets win it. And then the Bills win the next one because they're trying to climb their way upward. And then the Titans win against the Patriots. Honestly, the Patriots could win like three or more times. Three times at least. They're going to win at least 5 games. Raiders and Bengals. I think the Bengals will climb up the ladder. The Broncos, yeah, the Ravens got it. Chargers at Browns. I think the Browns might win. Except there's an upset, so I think the Chargers. All right. Colts at the Vikings. I think the Colts win that one. And of course, the Eagles capitalize on that. Chiefs beat the Bucks. And then we've got the Cowboys at the Falcons who win the Cowboys win it. And then I think the Panthers will beat the Saints just because it's at home, which won't do much favors. But I think the Saints will win the other match. Did I give them to give it to? Yes, I did. Yeah, that was week one. I think. Then Bears Cardinals. It's a tough one, I think. The Bears win it. Hmm. And then LA versus Seattle. The Seattle's facing the Rams. I think the Seahawks will pull through this case. And Lions at the Packers. I think the Lions beat them at Lambeau Field pretty good, but they're going to lose when they face them at Ford Field. Mm, and let's see, Packers win that one. Make sure I haven't missed it. All right, guys. Let's recap what we've got week 1 through 9. This, this, this. this. Sorry for my language, but oh, I did miss one. Good thing. Well, 6-4, and yeah, that gets one as well. All right, and then 7, week 8, and week 9. Week 10 will be right here. Oh, we already have one game decided with from an earlier match. S- Here's what we're gonna try. We're gonna be right back and gonna take a small break and yeah, let's get rid of these ads though. I swear some of these ads you can't get rid of them for whatever stinking reason. Okay, that's good. It's pretty good. All right, so we'll be back with week 10. I'll just shut off this camera for now, but I'll be right back, guys. Don't worry. Well, Willie Snyder, we're predicting our picks. So, predicting the entire NFL season. Here we go. This is week one. And week two, I'll go over them fast so we can get everything done quickly. But feel free to stop on whichever week you'd like to see. Week three, week four. I get a few upsets in some of these weeks. Week five, week six, week seven. We got a tie here, just letting you know. Week eight, and this is week nine. November 7th through 11. We're getting close to the turkey time. All right, so we already said the Ravens would win the second match against the Bengals, which are facing in Baltimore. Denver Broncos against the Chiefs. Yeah, the Chiefs will win this one for sure. It'll be close sometimes, but they'll pull it off. Bills at Broncos. Yeah, the Bills are trying to build some credit here. Tennessee Titans and Los Angeles Chargers. I think the Chargers win. Um, Patriots and Bears. I think the Bears would win that one. Packers on the line. And I say the Commanders upset the Steelers. Excuse me if it seems so slow. It's just these darn things. All right, let's see. Vikings at Jaguars. Yeah, the Jaguars have to win here. Otherwise, they're not going to be playoff sugar daddies. Well, they probably won't, but still. Jets at uh, Cardinals. Boring. Yeah, I think Cardinals will pull it off. No, actually, Jets will beat that. Lions at Texans. I think the Lions win this one. And then the Dolphins start to crash with the Rams winning that one. Okay. And then we have the Giants and the Cardinals, or the Rams, sorry. Giants, Rams. I think Giants will win one here. You're not very good, but what is what it is. Falcons, Saints. I think the Falcons win this one. 49ers at Bucks. I think the Niners have it. Eagles, Cowboys. I think the Cowboys win at home, but then they lose on the road against the Eagles. It's just how it is. Stream. No, sorry. Here we go. Yeah. Let's see. Ah, who are you taking tonight? Chiefs? Yep, the Chiefs. Yes, sir, Willie Snyder. Raiders at Dolphins. I think the Dolphins will pull it off here. The Raiders, they're a pretty good feisty team, but they still got long ways to go before they're actually playoff contenders. Ravens at Steelers. I think the Steelers win at home, but they'll reach on the road. Bengals at Chargers. I'll pick the Bengals to win this. And you bet the Bills are going to win at home against this Chiefs team. Are the games fixed? No, 1777. They're not fit. Well, maybe. Who knows? Might be able to pop in your stream after my show. Yeah, have fun at the show, man. We're gonna be here reacting all night long. Colts, Jets. I think the Colts will win this one, to be honest. To give those Texans a run for their money. And then I have the Texans upsetting the Cowboys. Okay. Vikings win. Browns win. Rams win. Uh, Lions win. Falcons win. Eagles win. Yeah, the Bears win. Or, sorry, Packers win. And then, of course, the 49ers win. Week 12. I think it will be a high scoring game. You think so? Yeah. Let's hope it is. It's the kickoff game. Anything can happen. Like last year, the Lions beating the Chiefs. That was crazy. I think the Browns got this in a bag. I think the Texans win this one. And the Ravens lay the smackdown. Lions win. Chiefs win. Actually, I'll put the Bears up to win. Yeah, I think the Bucks are better. That team will win. Cardinals, Seahawks. Seahawks win this one. But I think, if I'm not mistaken, they meet later, and they do win that one. They're rivals, so it is what it is. And I think the Packers will upset oh, you can't take the Raiders against us. I'm sorry, Molly. You can say that Sean Payton is a Hall of Famer head coach or whatever. The Broncos are just not that good of a team, but I will review everything. I'll review every suspicious record and see if my logic can be applied. All right. Eagles versus Rams. I actually feel I'll feel Eagles here. I think the Jets win. And do the Raiders win? Yeah, sure. Colts versus the Patriots. Yeah, the Colts will win. And we have this team against the Bengals. Yeah, the Bengals are gonna build up. Browns versus the Broncos. I'm sorry, but I have to take the Browns here. Dolphins at the Packers. Dolphins, Packers, Packers, of course. Of course, of course. And then we have Chargers at the Falcons. I say the Falcons could win it, actually. So yeah, that's what I'll say. Whoa, the Titans at the Commanders. Titans win it. Eagles at Ravens. I say the Eagles win this. Oh, the 49ers will beat the heck of out of the Bills. It just feels like it. This team against this team, I have to pick the Lions. This against this, I'll pick the Vikings in this scenario. And then here we have the Rams at the Saints. I'll pick the Rams. Bucks at the Panthers. Bucks, hands down. Yes, sir. That's week 13. Now we move on to week 14. And the Jaguars beat the Titans right out of the gate. And then the Browns dropped one against the Steelers in Heinz Field. Well, it's not called Heinz Field anymore. It's Acrisure, I think. Not even sure. And then the Jets face the Dolphins. Yeah, I'd say the Dolphins win this one. Can't say why. I'm not sure why. It's just a feeling, to be honest. Actually, no. I think the Jets winning makes more sense. And then the Bills beat the Rams in a shocking upset. Raiders, Bucks, actually, I'll go with the Raiders. And I think the Bengals will upset the Cow. Well, not upset, but they will beat up the Cowboys this time around. They're overdue for one, so they can fair. And I do think the Falcons beat this team, or not beat this team. The Vikings beat the Falcons. Broncos have a 24-7 all-time record against the Browns at home. Hmm, I don't know. It just doesn't seem that way to me. But again, we'll review everything. We'll review any suspicious records and see what happens. Saints at the Giants. You know what else? Stick to the Giants winning that one. And the no. Why does it say Commanders? Panthers, Eagles. Oh yeah, the Eagles are gonna beat the smackdown out of the Panthers. There we go. Bears at 49ers. I think the 49ers were smart enough not to let it go. And then we have week 15. Woo! Texans are finishing up. They'll beat the Dolphins. You can say whatever you want about Tua, but I think the Texans will win. Oh, they're on a bye though. So it'll be close. Bengals at the Tennessee Titans. I think the Bengals win. Jets, Jaguars. I think the Jaguars are overdue for a win, and they'll try to slim into the playoffs, but I'm not sure it'll happen. And then the Chiefs will beat the Browns because they always own them. Colts, Broncos. I think Anthony Richardson at this point, you know what, I'll be generous. I'll give the Broncos a win against the you know what, hold off on that. We'll see. What NCAA team was the first to win 900 games? Hmm, I'm not sure. Yeah. Yale? I'm not sure. It's either that or Michigan. Need to follow some more NCAA. Yeah, anyways, we have the Ravens at the Giants. I think the Ravens got it. Oh, and the Eagles will handle business right there. Actually, we'll see. We'll see. Bucks at Chargers. I think the Bucks got it. And I think the Patriots will beat the Cardinals. And the Bills trying to work out will take one against the Lions. And then the Raiders face the Falcons at home. I think the Falcons win this one. I'm not sure why, but it is what it is. Saints get this one. And I think the Cowboys ought to beat these guys. They still have the record. Is it? Yay. Wait. And see a football with the most championships. Or sorry, with the most games won. Um, Michigan. It is Michigan. Hold on, Big Al. I welcome in. Hold on, let me just take care of this. This is oh. All right, how's it, Big Al? Welcome in to the predictions. I was supposed to do this later on, but I figured now would be a much better time. Let's see. Packers at the Seahawks. I'm not sure what you're feeling, but Seahawks will get topped. And then the Bears face the Vikings. I think the Vikings will take one at home on Monday Night Football. Same way what's his name? Kirk Cousins took it all. Actually, no. No, let me change that because they don't have a quarterback. Although Kevin O'Connell will prop his team up for some very considerable wins, in my opinion. They're going to they're going to falter after everything's been said and done because of their lack of quarterback. So actually, I take that back. Week 16. Maybe tune in and find out. Yep. Happy NFL kickoff day! This is going to be an on point season. Oh, yes, Big Al. Oh, yes, sirree. Ravens, Chiefs. By the way, if it feels like I've been out of energy, it's because yesterday I had some calculus stuff that I had to review, and boy, it was like spinning so so much in my brain that it was uh I'm not even sure how to describe it. I'm just gonna fill this water bottle up because we are about to go to workout and yeah, Browns versus Bengals. I think the Bengals take this one. And then we have the Houston Texans at the Chiefs. I'd say the Chiefs will upset them. I'm not sure why, but man, the Chiefs, they're going to falter on some of these games, which is not unusual. And Big Al says, I've been in my Eagles gear since 4 a.m. this morning. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. I'm going to be all in Cowboys regalia on Sunday. Yeah. But today is the Ravens versus Chiefs, so I'll wait for you. And I think the Bills will overtake the Giants, the Jets, and take the record for them. I'm not sure though. The Jets look really promising. Broncos and Chargers. I'll give the Broncos the win there, just because they're rivals. Yeah, I'm not very faithful with the Broncos though, so I can't see them winning with this terrible of a roster other than Bo Nix. Sorry, Willie. I have to do it. We're gonna finish with only 3 wins. And we go back to the schedule and we see Sunday, which has the Jaguars and the Raiders. I think the Raiders will take this one now. All right. Next, we look at the Rams versus the Jets. So let's see how Matthew Stafford is. He's old but reliable, kind of like Aaron Rodgers. That's a tough one. I guess maybe the Jets win this one, but it wouldn't surprise me to. No, actually, I'll pick the Rams. They're hoping to finish at least strong and hopefully win one of the playoff slots. And yeah, that's how I feel then. San Francisco 49ers at the Dolphins. You know what? The Dolphins, they're hoping to get into the playoffs. So, yeah, they're going to be all in. And, right now the 49ers would be sitting with a 12-2 record, I believe. So I'd say it would be okay for an upset here, but they will finish strong. I promise. Bears and Lions. I think I think it's going to be Lions. And of course, Big Al, we have the Eagles beating the Commanders right here. Giants at Falcons. Giants at Falcons. I'm not high on the Giants, to be honest with you. I'll pick the Falcons to win this one. There it goes. And then here we go. Cardinals at the lowly Panthers. Honestly, the Panthers are just trash. I'm not sure if it'll do any favors for Bryce Young, but unfortunately, they do not win this one. I'll go with the Cardinals. Let's see. Vikings at the Seahawks. Seahawks desperate for a playoff spot. They're going to beat the Vikings right there. And we have the Dallas Cowboys at home against the Buccaneers. The binoculars. And they smashed the glasses out of the binoculars, as I would say. Saints, Packers. Saints, Packers. I think the Packers are healthy enough. All right. Um, I'm gonna say it. they pull off an upset and beat the Chiefs, who are looking pretty comfortable anyway with their record of 11-6. It wouldn't surprise me at all if they win it, but Mike Tomlin is looking to win another winning record, and yeah, although it doesn't look like they're going to make the playoffs anytime soon, they at least got to look out for that winning record. And then we have the Chargers at the Patriots. I'll pick the Patriots to upset the Chargers. I'll bring it up to 4-12 after an outstanding performance for Drake May and that defense. Okay. Ravens at the Texans. Ravens trying to sneak in. Um, Ravens, Texans. CJ Stroud, phenomenal beast. Man, that Texas offense is stacked. Defense, well, I just think the Texans can be more dominant than the Ravens in this case. Also, retribution for what they did in the playoffs. Right? Then we got the Titans at the Colts Jaguars. Excuse me. I think the Jaguars will win. Even though the Titans look to be a better team, I just find it in my heart that the Jaguars will try to make up some of these games. And last but not least, we have the Dolphins and the Cleveland Browns. Trying to climb out of that hole. The Dolphins win this one, but again, the Browns are pretty dominant on defense. Who knows who our quarterback will be then? But one loss won't define them, in my opinion. Colts will take over the Giants. Raiders take over the Saints. Seahawks, they're looking for a playoff spot, and they go here into Chicago and beat it up. No matter what Caleb Williams tries to do. Sorry if I don't explain my decisions well. Yeah, Falcons, Commanders. I think the Falcons take it. And Panthers, Bucks. I'll pick the Bucks to win this one. Lions and 49ers, I think the Lions will actually win a close one, which is crazy to say, but it is what it is. And the last week, where everyone faces their own conference. You are on Christmas Day games? I think let me check. Yes, week 17 is December 25th to the 30th. And then January 5th is the final season. So let's see. We've got the Chargers, the Raiders. I guess the Raiders will win this one. And of course, the Chiefs beat the Broncos in a close matchup, perhaps, but still. Or maybe they're looking on the bye, but then again, they're 11-6. So they probably want to get the number one seed or number two seed or whatever. Well, it doesn't really matter. Still, no, I'll get the. Oh, sorry. Texans probably pull off one more win. Um, this versus that. I think the Colts are mature enough to get into the playoffs at the moment. And then the Bengals, I think, they're 13-3. They got the number one seed. So I think Broncos beat the Chiefs to get into the playoffs. I don't know. I don't feel great about the Broncos. Like, you could say what you want about Bo Nix improving for the Broncos and everything, but the rest of the roster is just not very, um, it's not eye-catching, to say the least. And then I think the Steelers get another winning record here, and so do the Ravens, but it'll be too late. As for the Bills versus this team, my guess is that Sean McDermott would play all of his gamers, all of his first team players, and yes, they probably would win that one. And last but not least, the Dolphins just want to get into that playoff spot for the division. But the Jets are too stacked to let it happen, so I think the Jets win. Seahawks, Rams, a battle for the playoffs. But I think the Rams have an upper hand with the coach because of Sean McVay and what he can provide schematically and, you know, energetically. And last but not least, I think the 49ers have it in the bag for that one. And last but not least, for the Packers, I think they've got a playoff spot secured. I guess Bears would win that one. Commanders, Cowboys, they probably play their starters. I'd say they win that one. Saints, Bucks. I'd say the Bucks win. It's tough because the Saints have some pretty awful opponents that they're just not able to pull through. Vikings at the Lions. Yeah, the Lions are gonna win that one. And of course the Falcons win and the Eagles win. So let's look at week one before we do the playoffs. You have my Eagles 14-3 and having home field in the NFC. I'll take that. I'll have Philly going 13-4 in the two seed. Yeah, I think the Eagles will dominate this regular season. I'm just trying to get to all of the regular season weeks and, you know, quick recap of what's going on. So this is week one. For any of y'all who want to see this in like your own time, you can pause the video right now and see who you got. I'm just gonna go over them real quickly, show them to you quickly right here. All right. And as for the records, we've got the Bengals with the number one seed at 13-4. Well, let's look at the divisions first. Bengals in the AFC North, 13-4. Second is the Browns with a 10-7. Third, the Ravens 9-8. Steelers also 9-8, but this time they missed the playoffs. And then in the AFC South, the Texans with a 12-5 record, 10-7 Colts, 7-10 Jags, and Titans 5-12. And then we have the AFC East, Bills 12-5, Jets 11-6, Dolphins 9-8, and Patriots 4-13. And then AFC West, Kansas City Chiefs 11-6, Raiders 9-8, Chargers with a 6-11, and the Broncos 30-13-1. Sorry, Willie. All right, let's go to the NFC. Philly is going with a 14-13 record. 11-6 Cowboys, 3-14 Giants, and 3-14 Commanders. NFC North, Detroit Lions 13-4, 11-6 for the Packers, 89 for the Bears, and 6-11 the Vikings. NFC West, 49ers first place with 13-4, Rams second with 10-7, Seahawks 9-8, and the Cardinals with 6-11 or 7-10, sorry. And then NFC South, the Falcons 10-7, Bucks 8-9, Saints 3-13-1, and then the Panthers 2-15. Darn it. Are any of these loading? 9-8 Broncos? Woo wee! That's a stretch, to be honest. Darn. And I'll get the records into the frame as well. This is AFC. This is NFC. I've got the Broncos with the number one pick in the draft. Ooh, oh yeah. And it could possibly happen, to be honest. But let's see. Okay, the wild card round. As we could see, the Eagles with the number one seed, number two, the Lions, number three, the 49ers, the number four seed, the Falcons, number five, the Cowboys, six, the Packers, seven, Rams. The Bengals one, Texans two, Bills three, four, Chiefs, five, Jets, six, Colts, seven, Browns. All right, this time around, oh, the Browns with a rematch against the Texans. Right now, they are 20 to 9 on the power ranking. Yeah, I have them to cover the spread 5.5 and Williams to have 75 yards against rushing against the Sea Chickens. And yes, Big Al is very low on them this year. Yeah. At one point, I had them 0 and 17, but I decided to be slightly generous after hearing some Bo Nix stuff. All right, Jets, Chiefs. Hmm. I'll get back to that. Colts, Bills. I think the Bills win this one. I just think that, you know, Josh Allen is more experienced and has better uh, weapons and security built around him, at least for my team. But I could see the Colts giving them a close matchup and maybe upsetting them. But I've got the Bills as a safe pick. Browns at Texans. All right, let's see. The Cleveland Browns have a great defense, but you cannot deny the Texans' offense is so stacked. And D'Amico Ryans, he's gonna he's gonna coach up his defense to expectations with his expertise coming from the Shanahan tree of things. But yes, he's an offensive coach, but still, I think the Texans will beat them again. Cowboys, Falcons. I think the Cowboys will beat them easily. The Falcons will be a very good team, at least not in the playoffs. Ooh, Packers, 49ers. That's a tough one. And I'll get back to that. Rams and Lions. Another rematch. So we've got rematch from 2020, 2020, 2021, rematch from this past season, and rematch another two other rematches from the past season as well. All right, Willie Snyder says that Bo Nix was named captain for the first time as a rookie. That's the first time that a rookie has had that since 1967. Broncos 37. I debated them putting the Giants or the Commanders at 32, but went with Denver. Yeah, sounds about right. I'll pick the Lions to beat the Rams again. Okay, Jets, Chiefs. The thing with the Chiefs and the 49ers is when they're in playoff mode, they excel, and you really can't count them out at any point. It's tough, man, because the Jets are really stacked, but the Packers, but the Chiefs during the playoffs, it's really another blabber. I'm gonna say the Chiefs win this, and I predict maybe Robert Saleh to have his worst performance right there. But I will say that maybe for the 49ers, it's running out of gas, and injuries may pile up on them and stuff. And I guess the Packers will pull it off. I'm not sure why, but that could happen. I can also see the Niners winning, obviously, but I picked the Packers. Hmm. All right. Bills versus Texans. Hmm. Texans at home, looking to go into their first ever AFC championship game. Um, yeah, I think the Bills during the playoffs, they're just the opposite of the Chiefs. They have a terrible record. You could see Packers Lions for the NFC championship game. Yeah, it's totally possible. Alrighty, 4-1. Chiefs versus Bengals. All right. I'm gonna flip a coin if I have one. All right. Chiefs is heads and tails is Bengals. Because really, it could go any way. And there's no tie, so there must be someone who wins, obviously. All right, see this coin? I'm gonna flip it, and if it's heads, then this is Chiefs. Coin or tails is the Bengals. All right. It's tails. So the Bengals move on. Yes, sirree. And then the Cowboys versus the Lions. Need I say anything else? I think the Lions will pull through. Now the Packers versus the Eagles. The Eagles are so stacked. But could Nick Sirianni pull it off? Hmm. I'm not sure. They did make the Super Bowl against the Chiefs. Let's see what this is about first. I'll put that on later in my own time. Hmm. Jordan Love. Like I feel my heart says go for the Packers, but my mind is like go for the Eagles. Unfortunately, I have to go with the Eagles for the Packers fans, unfortunately. Um, Eagles are going to make it and face the Lions. And we've got an exciting matchup. Did I not pick the Eagles? Hold up. Let me fix that. The thing is that this site it's so slow. No, it's picked. I'm not sure what's going on though. Um, Away versus home. Bengals versus Texans. I'm honestly going to say the Bengals will hold up against the Texans. You know, Texans are pretty young thus far, and I think maybe some experience could help them. But it wouldn't shock me if they made it all the way to the Super Bowl. Son of a gun. What happened? What the heck happened? There we go. Lions, Eagles. Um, the Lions are going to be a feisty match. There's going to be a lot of stuff happening there. And yeah, it all comes down though to coaching, to me, honestly. Does Nick Sirianni possess an edge over Dan Campbell? Honestly, I don't think it does. I don't think he does. I think Dan Campbell, he can say all you want about his scheme, but his players are very energized. I think that Dan Campbell is a secret formula which will get the Lions into the Super Bowl. Sorry, Big Al. Sorry. Really do mean that. And then we have the Bengals facing the Lions in the Super Bowl. Let's see. Bengals. They have Joe Burrow. They have, well, let me pull this up, this roster. It's the last game, so let me pull up the roster. All right, well, the depth chart. Joe Burrow, of course. Zach Moss, not bad. Jamar Chase and T. Higgins, yes, sirree. And then whoever's in wide receiver three, Mike Gesicki. Okay, take care of Simmons, Kappa, Trent Brown. That offensive line looks really good. Sam Hubbard, Sean Rankins, Sam Hubbard, Trey Hendrickson, Logan Wilson, and Jermaine Pratt. Yeah, they look really stacked on defense as well. Evan McPherson, kicker. Okay, Detroit Lions. Let's look at the Lions. Jared Goff, of course. David Montgomery, not bad, or Jameer Gibbs, actually. Ross St. Brown, Jamison Williams, Khalif Raymond, Sam McCorden. This offense is also stacked. Hayden Hutchinson, Alan McNeil, DJ Reader, Marcus Davenport. They still look really good, even without Emmanuel Mosley. You don't even have the Eagles passing the divisional round? Wow. Yeah, I mean, realistically, Matt LaFleur can be a better coach. Yes, he is a better coach than Nick Sirianni. But I think the Eagles are good enough as a roster to overwhelm the Packers. I'm not against the Packers winning against the Eagles. In fact, it would be exciting and thrilling if they did. But after all's been said and done, that's what I picked. Um, Zach Taylor versus Dan Campbell. And then Lou Anarumo didn't have his best season last year. Um, you know what? To make it short and sweet, I guess the Lions will win this one because they offer a lot more, in my opinion, than the Bengals. And this is the draft order: Panthers, Commanders, Giants, Saints, Broncos, Titans, Patriots, Chargers, Vikings, Cardinals, Jaguars, Buccaneers, Bears, Raiders. I'm surprised that the Broncos are number five. They look more like a three or two. The Raiders, Seahawks, Steelers, Dolphins, Ravens, Falcons, Browns, Rams, Colts, Jets, 49ers, Chiefs, Cowboys, Packers, Texans, Bills, Eagles, Bengals, and Lions. Yeah. It might sound a little bit too fictitious, but this is what I came up with. I know everyone is not going to agree. Not everyone is going to agree with that, but hey, it's early before the season is starting. We're going to have our kickoff game here, and yeah, we can't say that it's for certain, but you know, to all of my folks, I just want to say good luck to y'all. Have a great NFL season. Yes. Um, and yeah, I'm hoping your team does well. Will really help in your morale, in your confidence, and everything. Just be careful with injuries. Be smart. Don't jump the gun on certain games. And good luck to y'all. And I'd like to thank, sorry, that thing is refreshing. Let's get out of that. Cameron, Metro, Willie, and Big Al. Thank you so much for joining in. Sorry for this camera. Yeah, thank you so much for joining in these NFL predictions. I'll see you at 7 o'clock ish, probably before 7 o'clock, to be honest. But Stick around at that time because it's the kickoff. It's the NFL kickoff. Check it out.